Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. We were just having a great old conversation with you people, and you all missed it because I must have accidentally clicked the off button, and I wondered why the timer wasn't up in the left corner anymore. Anyway, Teresa here, and
Bradley.
Master Brad.
I was eating strawberries earlier.
So he wasn't talking.
I wasn't talking a whole lot.
So, and we were having a great conversation. He was all talking too, and you know, we were having great, and I thought, this is awesome. It's okay, it's going to be a longer video, but anyway, it's August 19th, 2016, Friday afternoon. It's 3:22 p.m. And what is the weather like, Mr. Heide?
And the current temperature in Panacea, Florida is 91 degrees. A projected high today of 91. A real feel temperature of 105 degrees. A low projected today of 75 degrees. And if you look at the long range weather, it's pretty much exactly the same over the next week.
Yeah. And this is iced coffee. Don't judge me for my weird container, people. Brad and I have a thing about drinking out of not normal stuff, okay? But the reason we went to these, you guys saw my Dollar Tree haul the other day, my little one, is the screw on top. It's not knock it over, it's not going to spill everywhere. Okay. Now, recap for yesterday, because I know you guys are just so excited.
Dying.
I did lay down, take a nap yesterday for only an hour. Brad did not, because he was watching Heroes. We've both been doing some binge watching on Netflix. Now that the internet is fixed, we both watched about 4 episodes of our favorite show. His right now is Heroes, and mine right now is The Orange is the New Black. Ooh, them ladies in that prison on me. Wow.
I hope you're not taking notes.
No. Ooh, I never want to be in prison, though. And if you, I'll have you guys know, every day when I come on here, you don't know it, but my shirt's wet. I wet my shirt in the sink because, yeah, I'm so overly hot. But I've been running a fever because of the flu.
You are hot.
Well, thank you. So I wet my shirt down, and that does wonderful. And these little rechargeable, I got these on eBay for really cheap. Brad has a black one, and these are rechargeable just like you would your cell phone on your computer, and they're so nice. And I mean, they have 3 settings, and it's just wonderful. I just love them. So, you know, you can just set those anywhere. That makes you not be cranky. Brad doesn't want me to be cranky.
No.
Anyway, I did some looming, and I didn't push it real hard. I was playing some Facebook games, you know, on my phone. But this is how it's coming. My little 3-stitch, nice lacy hat. I really like this pattern. You know what, hon?
Do you?
Yeah, cause isn't that kind of cool looking?
It is.
You know, that 3-stitch. It's a 3-step stitch, and I really like it. So, yeah, this is going to be for me. And then Brad made spaghetti last night. He makes really good homemade spaghetti, and that's why I always ask him to do it. I can make homemade spaghetti too, but I just like how he does his spices better. I just, you know. And then he made some chocolate chip cookies from a mix. You know, we just buy the little bags. That way we don't have it running around. Good, you know. But I was hankering for something kind of sweet, so he made that. They were very good. We just kind of relaxed. I did list that painting on Etsy, and the link is always below. But yeah, we had a nice evening. You know.
Very much so.
We're both feeling better. I'm still running a fever, but Brad's still got somewhat of an upset stomach, but we're starting to feel better. I slept until noon today. I could not believe it. Brad said he didn't want to wake me up because I was sleeping so well. And that's because, like I said, I've been really fighting the flu. I mean, not severely, but you know how you're just feeling under the weather. And tonight Brad's going to grill some chicken. And I am going to, Brad brought in the 2 bags of hats that were out in the Jeep that we got from storage. I'm going to do my fall inventory of my knitwear. I like to go through in the fall and then right after Christmas, and I will go through and do a major purge. And a lot of the stuff will get donated. Over half the stuff will get donated. And then the other half I want to relist them individually on Etsy. Because right now I have like some of my listings are multiple different hats. And so I want to do them as single. And I also want to categorize my Etsy listings better. Like all the knitwear together, all the painting together, all Brad's jewelry. Made jewelry together and stuff, so you know that'll be easier for everybody. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing here in a while. And Brad will be happy about that because I know him chomping at the bit to get on to watch his show. He'd been talking all morning about, well, when I got up, I went outside. He was sitting outside with the dog. He was talking about his hero show a lot. So, which is good. I like it. It was cute. You know, hey, you get your excitement where you can sometimes, you know. It's very hot here. It's not much that you can really do outside. And his back has really been hurting him and stuff. So, you know, you got to make the best of it and just, you know, enjoy what you can do. And that brings him a lot of joy. So I'm happy about that. You know.
Good.
And, again, I'm just going to do some looming. I want to work on my painting some more on my big one in back if I get to it today. I'm saying this is kind of over the next 3 days, going through all the fall inventory. I want to pull out. I have a big bag of yarn. You know, we vacuum packed those bags out of the cabinet. And I want to put all the Phoenix knitwear that's for sale in there, you know. And then I've got to find where I'm going to donate this hat. These mainly it's going to be hats. So I need to kind of, maybe you can kind of investigate where we could donate those to. You know, I mean, I know there is a hospice program in Crawfordsville. I don't know if we want to do hospice or if we want to do a nursing home. I mean, I didn't know if you maybe wanted to talk to Mitch and see if they take donations. I know a lot of the elderly patients are very, very cold all the time. You know, and that's also a rehab place.
I was going to check to see if there's a cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. What we wanted to talk about is I was telling you guys that this is iced coffee, and all it is just my standard coffee with ice cubes. I always use some liquid creamer, homemade liquid creamer. We were talking about that, and we use a cup of hot water. Brad typically nukes it. Do you want to talk about your creamer?
Oh yeah, sorry. Shiny objects. Yeah, we first started using the powdered creamer, and then you know, because we're so limited on refrigerator space for the bottled liquid creamer, the flavored stuff. And then you discovered the recipe on how to make liquid creamer out of the powder.
Well, first we changed because, like you said, you have to buy the short little bottle to fit in our fridge, and that's so expensive. And then cost-wise, we switched to powdered. Then I looked up how to make your own liquid creamer because, you know, I knew a long time ago I seen on the back of a powdered creamer the recipe. So I found it, and then, do you want to tell them what you do?
I've modified it.
Yeah.
We've got a shaker bottle, like if you're shaking up like a protein drink, and that's what we keep our bottle in. And I won't let Teresa make her own coffee because she doesn't snap the lid on tight. And first thing I do when I grab it out of the fridge is I shake it up, and if the lid's not snapped on tight, I end up spewing coffee creamer all over the motorhome. And
but the dogs will be cleaning up.
The dogs sacrifice themselves. And so I'll put 8 ounces, 1 cup of water in the shaker, and I'll nuke it for 2 minutes, and then I put 1 cup of the powdered creamer. And then I'll put 8 packets of the sucralose sweetener.
It's the yellow stuff.
It's the yellows, man.
It's the yellow stuff.
We used to use the pink, but the pink kind of gives it.
We used to use the sack.
It kind of gives it a bitter taste.
It does.
And so we use the 8 packets, and then I'll put, and we use the fake vanilla. But I'll put probably 1 to 2 tablespoons of the imitation vanilla in there, and shake it up real good.
And you can, at that point in time, you can use any kind of flavoring you want. If you want to use coffee syrup, if you want to use like some hot chocolate mix or some cappuccino mix, or hazelnut extract, anything like that. Yeah,
any of the flavored extracts. Yeah, and we use the imitation vanilla because it gives it a decent taste.
Yeah.
And it's also, you can get a fairly decent sized bottle for $1. So.
Yeah.
And then shake that up really, really good. And then add a cup of cold water and shake it up really good again, and then just chill it down in the fridge.
Yeah, and it keeps great, and it mixes wonderfully in your coffee, hot or cold.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that, and you consider we bought a huge bottle of powdered creamer.
I think it's a 50-ounce bottle.
Yeah, a container. For $4, and Brad figured out it'll make about 25 of these.
Yeah.
So, you're doing pennies. And, liquid creamer is so expensive. It's on sale. It's $2.50 for, what size were those that I used to get?
32 ounce.
Yeah. $2.50 to $3, on sale. And you go through a couple of them a week. And it's like, wow. I told Brad I'm perfectly happy with what we're doing making this. I won't go back to it. So a lot of things, and that's what we were talking about, a lot of things we've learned about living in an RV that you really have to adjust. If you're thinking about doing this, full time, is the limited freezer and refrigerator space. And we have found that produce does not keep as long here in Florida as it did in Wyoming. Yes, it's fresher tasting, it is fresher, but you're going to want to, like before we would buy maybe when strawberries were on sale, a big flat of strawberries and freeze them. Well, now we buy just a small container and we eat them within the first day or two. Unless you're getting strawberries extremely cheap or you have extra money, dehydrating them is not cost effective, at least not for us. We don't have our own strawberries or anything, so the same way with a lot of the stuff. I know a lot of people say the strawberries taste like candy when they're dehydrated, pineapple, stuff like that. We just don't have the extra money and resources to be able to do that. I mean, I do have a dehydrator in storage, and I'm hoping to do some once we get into a normal housing situation. But if you normally buy a lot of frozen stuff, you're going to want to go to canned, or you're going to need to live in a place where you can easily go to the store 2 or 3 times a week. We buy more canned. It's just like with the creamer and stuff. And you learn to really adjust. We adjusted. We used to buy the 50-pound bag, the dog food. That got to the point where even in Wyoming, it was hard for Brad to be carrying that in. And it's hard for me to carry it in. And then normally, like he was at work all the time, it's hard for me, I'd have to just scoop it out. I can't lift it up. Now we buy it's about a 22-pound bag. We can both handle that. I can easily feed the dogs. I'm kind of a very systematic person where Brad laughs because I will go through every morning and every night usually, make sure all the critters have food and water and stuff. That's just my deal. But you're going to want to really adjust how you keep things, the amount that you buy. We have 2 half closets in the back bedroom. One, like I said, I'm going to use for my finished knitwear. The other one we use as a pantry for dry goods. Right?
Yep.
So you really have to watch that. What else, honey?
It's just it's trying to make most of the space available, you know, and
it makes it a challenge because you all know that buying in bulk is cheaper, and that's what's always been our habit. And you have to really kind of weigh, do I really have room for it? You know, and stuff is like with meat and stuff, and this next month we're going to be doing it differently because that freezer is just getting too packed full.
yeah.
So we're going to only buy enough meat for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, buying in bulk, you're like, do I really have room for it? Like, you know, my habit would be when I find coffee syrup that I would buy maybe 8 to 10. Well, now I only buy 4 because, you know, that's what we have room for.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, it's all, you got to be very, you have to be able to adapt to your new living situation.
And very conscientious of your storage space.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I mean, one of the advantages we have here that we did not have in Wyoming is there's some stuff we can keep outside.
Yes, yes,
You know, and
yes.
that's like taking the crock pot out there.
Yes.
But then one of the advantages we won't have here that we had in Wyoming is in the winter, there was a lot of stuff we could take and put it on top of the Jeep, you know, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know, because if I wanted to, you know, if I
That used to be where I used to always cool pies.
Yeah. You know, if I wanted to... you know, if I was making candy and I needed to chill it down, I just put it on a cookie sheet and throw a towel on top of the hood of the Jeep and set it on the towel so the heat wouldn't affect the paint.
Set it in the middle too, so the dog could, you know.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, you have to be very adaptive. Whenever you get into an RV, when you first start moving in, and I see other people that are getting ready to start living in RVs or going for extended travel, and they'll say, I have so much space. And you guys remember, if you've been watching us for a long time, and we said the same thing. There was so much storage until you start filling it up.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize really how much you think you have purged so hard, and you have gotten this down so low that you probably have gobs of room left after you put your stuff in. Oh no, sister.
Yeah.
You're going to be purging again. We literally were still purging as we were bringing stuff out to this RV. It got to a point where we didn't have room. I still had some candle wax. I still had stuff, some candle making stuff I wanted to keep. But it got to a point where there was not enough room. And so then we were literally, okay, I don't need to have this. And Brad's like, he doesn't have need to have this and stuff. There was stuff we ended up leaving behind. There was stuff that kind of committed suicide too, because it was tied. We had a lawnmower tied we had a full car ramp. You know, we had the Jeep up on. We had the lawnmower tied to it also. The lawnmower decided to commit suicide on the interstate. We had to call a friend of ours and say, it's hanging on for dear life. You want this lawnmower, come get it. You know, 'cause we knew they could use one. So, you know. But, you know, you're going to really be adjusting things, you know. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, I really admire these people that live off-grid, traveling all over and stuff, because it's very hard. Now, I know that a lot of them don't have pets, or they just have one, you know, but, you know, there's a lot of reason why we live this way. The main reason we are living this way right now, honestly, because we could, if we didn't have pets, get a one-bedroom apartment. We live this way, and we are living this way. We will continue to live this way because of our pets.
Yeah.
We will continue to live this way until Brad's disability comes through, or else somehow they're able to fix his back so he can work. You know, until then we're going to have to keep living in this RV where we're at, because that's what we can afford, you know, and it's hard enough right now, but there's no place until we can actually, like, do a contract for deed owner financing to get into a house because of the 4 dogs. But we signed on for these dogs, and we did not know this was going to happen with everything in Wyoming and stuff. But we made a commitment for the rest of these animals' lives, and we, take it seriously. And if I have to stay in an RV with these animals, I will. And so will Brad, because we love our animals dearly. I mean, we've been rescuing animals ever since we've been together.
Yeah.
This has just been my whole life dream, is to save as many animals as I realistically could. That's why we're not getting any more, and we haven't gotten any more in about 3 years now, and we won't.
Well, I guess Jasper's the last one.
Yeah.
Or not Jasper and CJ.
Yeah. But, we won't, because we literally do not have any more room, and these are all we can afford. You can't be rescuing more than you can realistically take care of or realistically afford. But yeah, so people wondering, why haven't we just gotten into housing or something? It's because of the animals.
Yeah.
We don't know anybody that is willing to, we can't afford to rent anything until either his disability comes through or they're able to fix his back so he can work, because it's just financially, when you crunch the numbers and stuff. This was our best option, and it's why we got the RV and did this way with the animals. Right, hon? Because, I know sometimes I worry about if it's really good for the animals or not. They're happy, and when you think of how small their cages would be in a dog shelter, or the fact that they might be dead, then they're very happy. Well, they're very happy. They get their exercise. They get plenty of love. They're always right there with us.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing about is before we had to block off the back from the cat, and they had access to the entire RV. They're all laying, touching at least one of us.
Oh yeah, like right now I've got Charlie right by me, and he's all sprawled out. Nixie's at my feet. I don't know where Missy is.
She's back there. She's ready to take a nap.
Yeah, she's back there. PJ's underneath the steering wheel probably. Jasper's up on the dashboard by the food bowl.
Yeah.
You might need to check that.
It's about half full. It's fine.
Okay. And I know the Angel's back on the bed.
Yeah.
She's loving that now, because now Jasper can't get back there and bug her. But, you worry about, is what we're doing good for the animal? And it's like, yeah, they're very happy. They did not spend too much time outside, frankly, when we were in Wyoming, because they always want to be with us.
Yeah.
But I know that especially like, so many of these animals were slated to be put down, euthanized.
Yep.
And, I know of, CJ and Jasper and Charlie and Nixie would not be here at all. Angel, I don't know if she was found tied up and tangled up in a bush. And then Missy is, she was an oops mistake, and then a friend of mine, her daughter in college, her roommate, and so then I just lost a dog, and they asked me if I wanted one of the puppies. So.
Yeah, and she is the smallest dog we have, and she has got the biggest attitude. She is a big dog trapped in a little dog body.
Yeah. I know we talk a lot about our animals, but they are very near and dear to my heart. You don't live with me, so you don't know how often I talk with my animals. Brad will tell you I sing my animal songs sometimes. The other day I was so embarrassed. Brad was laying back on the bed taking a nap, and it was a couple of days ago, and I'm sitting here talking to Nixie, and I was getting ready to clean something. I had been cleaning some house, and I was getting ready to clean something, and I'm talking to her about something I'm doing and stuff, and I look, and he's sitting there watching me. Over in Paris, I'm like, God. But yeah, so I know sometimes he watches me, because I'm like, I'm always petting one of my animals or talking to them, or if I think they're hot, I'll put a little fan on them.
She'll take the fan off of me to focus it on the dog.
Yeah. But you can see they're so hot, and it also you can put the fan on, they're almost like, they're very spoiled.
Yeah,
right?
It's more spoiled than me.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I know I bored you guys to death, but you guys are used to it. This is just me, real life. I don't get fancified for anything. Nope. Right, hun?
Right, baby.
So, we're just going to get off here because I have to go eat a popsicle. I haven't had one yet today.
That's true.
I need to watch one episode of the Orange is the New Black, and then I'm going to have to give up the computer to Mr. Hi-Ho because he wants to watch his hero while I do inventory and back. How's that sound, honey?
That sounds good.
Okay, well, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship, and I'm going to catch up on comments later on tonight. I know there's quite a few. Thank you very much. I love your comments. I do read them all, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. We think you're awesome. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.